It's the high line of the defenders we have. It's the defenders that think we're playing a zigzag formation. I think Flick tried to hand draw a straight line on the whiteboard, say this is the type of line I want, and Flick just couldn't actually draw a straight line too well. So I think that Araujo thought I'm going to play zigzag with the defender. Fullback should be here, I should be here, other centre back here, other fullback here. I don't know how we conceded the first goal. It looked like it should have been off, but guess what? We're playing zigzags. Barcelona 3, Club Brugge 3. You know what it is? I actually think the colours Club Brugge wore today, I think Barcelona thought it was Inter Milan from last year. So similar. We just conceded so easily. I think we might be the first team at this level to play this high of a line and decide, how about we just don't press? How about they can just pass the ball around? Maybe that will work out. I don't want to hear that this high line doesn't work. I'm okay with the idea that this high line doesn't work for the defenders we have, and we'll get into those defenders. With the team that we have, with the defense we have, maybe that doesn't work. Because you know what? We've got ball watchers. I think Balde was bird watching today, actually. And Carlos Borges just, you can go ahead, actually. But I want to make it clear that as much as the defenders not defending well and not tracking back is a problem, it's as much of a problem due to the lack of press we're providing. Bayern Munich, when they won the sextuple, the defenders practically lived at the halfway line. Man City, the defenders practically lived at the halfway line. Last year, Barcelona, our defenders practically lived at the halfway line. So you cannot just come here and tell me the problem is our press. The problem is two things. Well, three things. It's the high line of the defenders we have. It's the defenders that think we're playing a zigzag formation. I think Flick tried to hand draw a straight line on the whiteboard, say this is the type of line I want, and Flick just couldn't actually draw a straight line too well. So I think that Araujo thought I'm going to play zigzag with the defenders. The fullback should be here, I should be here, other centre back here, other fullback here. I don't know how we conceded the first goal. It looked like it should have been off, but guess what? We're playing zigzags. I'm going to get into ratings because there's not much more I can say other than go into each player and tell you what they did wrong. We're so lucky to walk away with a tie today. 3-3, generous. I love that. Realistically, that Szczesny goal, not Szczesny goal, the one where he lost the ball at the end of the game when it should have been 4-3, sounds a lot like, to be honest, the way the game ended, Inter Milan versus Barcelona vibes. Same thing. We conceded so easily, but at the same time, we can score. But congrats, mate. You should have conceded 4 against Club Brugge. We conceded 4 to Club Brugge. Well, should have conceded 3. This Club Brugge team lost 4-0 to Bayern Munich, I believe, in their last Champions League match day. I don't want to see Araujo start for my club. And if we do decide that, he better not be near the halfway line. Because at that point, we're just going raw power. You just run, mate. They got past us, run. But clearly, pace isn't enough for us to just recover, because Balde, he's watching. Anyways, ratings. Szczesny, I don't think he had, maybe he didn't have the worst of games. Maybe he didn't concede. But that last thing where he should have conceded the 4th, I'll give you a 3. Congrats, mate. Because guess what? You want to do a Ronaldo chop, yeah? I thought when a keeper knows you've been brought out of retirement, you don't try such moves. If you're 27, try some moves if you want. But mate, we brought you out of retirement. You're not meant to play that type of way. Who told you that a man that comes out of retirement, we're Ronaldo chopping his keepers? Have you ever tried that? I bet if I went through all the training footage, you never tried that. It's not like he was ever a mobile keeper to begin with. Anyways, Kunde, 3. Doesn't know what a high line, doesn't know what anything is. Zigzag, he's part of the zigzag. When I say zigzag, I mean they're doing this because without Kubarsi, clearly there's no such thing as defense. Kunde getting thrashed every single time. I mean, just look at the second goal. The fact that after a corner, we find ourselves that exposed, that means defender 1, defender 2, defender 3, defender 4, all of you lot, maybe just keep one of you guys back. You know, how are you all getting beat off a corner? How are, like, you know, if you play pro clubs and you've got AI defenders, that's what they look like in corners. When the other team goes on a counter, if you got no one tracking back, that's what it looked like. We look like 80 rated AI. Araujo 1. You might be like, oh, but what did he do necessarily? Actually, I'll give him a 2. I'll give him a 2 because someone in the future deserves a 1. And I don't feel like even Araujo and him can be on the same standard. Araujo, I don't know who kept the person on in the first goal. To be honest, I don't even think they gave us the freeze frame of the offside. I thought it was offside, but I could only assume it's Araujo. It's pretty obvious. And this man, there's no such thing as that. Let, let me make one thing clear. Barcelona of last season, we would witness 8 offsides for the other team before they eventually got a goal, like a chance through on goal, where it wasn't offside. This time, I don't remember the last time we called them offside. And that's, well, if you're trying to play an offside trap, well, if you're trying to play an offside trap and you're catching them off 1 out of every 10 times, well, that probably means you concede 9. Cannot play in this system. If you now want to say Flick, then why are you playing him in the system? That's a fair assessment. I won't come here and I won't be like, guess what, Flick, you're a stubborn guy. You should be playing this with Araujo. But dude, at the same time, I don't want you guys to come say that Flick's system doesn't work. I believe Flick's system works. It's like saying lots of time Pep's system doesn't work because he gave him a season with these lot in the back. Put these lot in Pep's Man City right now. They're conceding 5. Holland can score 4. They're conceding 5. We're lucky not to concede 5. In fact, before they scored their third goal, they should have scored from Carlos Borges barely dinking it over the crossbar. So maybe, maybe we'll give it a 6 goals we should have conceded. Eric Garcia, I'll give you a bit higher. I'll give you a 4 because you had a couple of chances on the offensive end. Defensively, you were also knacks. You horrible. Trash. Left back, Balde. Balde. Alejandro Balde. You know what my brother said in the most overrated episode when I was naming out his list? He said he might be he's probably overrated, a bit too raw. That guy was so raw, I think he gave me salmonella. That's what he's done. He's the person I'm giving a 1. He's the person I moved Araujo up to a 2 for. I don't know if there was someone in the crowd that got his attention for that third goal. Actually, for the first, second, and third goal. Maybe someone got his attention. Maybe someone had a medical emergency and he had to go look at him. Because for some reason, he was shocked that Carlos Borges was making a run. He was next to him. He was this close, hip to hip. Said, Salam alaikum, you can go. Said, please. The absurd part is, he's meant to be the quick defender. At minimum, you can recover. That man was on a jog. That's what he was going for. Some people are too comfortable in this team. And guess what? If I want to call Balde to get subbed out, I'm asking for Jordan Martin to come in. And you know me. You think I'm going to do that? Don't take the piss. He deserves a 1. On my mother's life, if I considered the scale could go to negatives, he's going there. We are the first team to decide no press, but we're gonna play this type of footy. It sounds beautiful. Let this be a reminder for the importance Pedri brings to this team. Don't get me wrong, we suffer regardless. But without Pedri on the pitch, playing free, nothing's going on. We're not doing anything. Let's look at some of these stats, right? Okay. We had 77% possession. Do you remember us doing anything with that? Anything. We had 7 shots on target, they had 6. Interesting. Szczesny, good job. Club Brugge in the entire game had 1 offside. Offside trap. Offside trap, we called them offside once. They scored 3, they should have scored 4. You know what we call that? We're trapping ourselves, bro. Let's move on. Casado and De Jong, you both can get a 5. Just doing not much. Probably the best performer of the game. I have a lot of expectation for him. He missed a very early halftime chance. Right, like right after halftime, when he came back from the second half, he had an open shot and he tried to like lace it with some like tech to it, but he just aired it. I'll give Yamal 6.5. Mabruk. He was the result of us scoring because he caused the own goal. Of course, he had that beautiful goal. Actually, I'll give you a 7. Single Lamin's better than him with that girl. Fermin Lopez, tied for best player of the match. Fermin, 7. 2 assists. Good assist to Ferran Torres. Good assist to Yamal, although it wasn't much. It was quick decision making. Rashford, he's been doing well lately, but again, we just need more press. We're missing Rafinha to astronomical levels. It's these men that we have currently playing, they're on us. Ferran Torres, so stagnant. But there's also no one linking up with him. But he's also not the one pressing. But also his positioning in the box is trash. I want to say this for the 3rd time. We're the first team to decide we're not going to press, but we're going to have our defenders at the halfway line. Can people stop acting like a through ball against the high line was invented this season? No one's figured this out. Doing a through ball doing a through ball on a high line is the way you beat a high line. Two things you need to do: offside trap, one offside this game. So one's an offside trap. The other thing you need to do is just press the passer. If you don't press the passer, well then these are professional footballers. Maybe we forgot. Maybe we thought we were playing against hashtag United. Hashtag United would have been able to put a through ball on that. I promise you. I could do a through ball against that. If you're not gonna press them, yeah, he's an own goal. What are you talking about? I don't know if I give Ferran a rating, but I'll give you a 5 because you scored. People that subbed on: Bartji, towards the end of the game, you almost created a chance. Liwa, I'm not giving ratings to these guys. These guys barely came on, did anything. It's actually a problem, the lack of chances that we can create out of the people we sub on. Like the people that we're subbing on are not doing anything for this football game. They're just not. We're not threatening anything. You know how you can tell that the people that we're subbing on aren't providing much of a threat? Because Flick does not decide to sub them on till the 88th minute, to the 85th minute. If a manager's like, oh, because you want your manager to have that feeling of like, I really want to sub on this person. I really feel like I can impact this game, but we have too many options, so I have to sub on them on later. But that wasn't the case. I bet that Man City product, Carlos Forbes. He killed us. We'll see what's next. I can't decide what is with these defense. Bro, get me that Dominguez from the Barça B or something. And that guy's trash. Poor guy. I don't know why I threw a shot at him. I can't lie. Skin. Seems like a good guy. It's been cut on. Just quick reactions after the game.